let's jump into some Beginner's Boulevard real quick, Brett, because we're going to actually talk about a timely term here. It's called a teaser, and this is a type of parlay that you can take where you're betting on 2 or more games. Now, a teaser, though, compared to taking either the over-under or the point spread that's being given as a single line, teasers, you are taking each of the games within this parlay, and you are adding on a certain amount of points. It typically makes it more favorable for you as a bettor. It's reduced odds, though, so your chances are better to hit, but the payout's not going to be as big. Brett, I dabble with teasers every once in a while. Honestly, sometimes I find myself jumping into a teaser if I had a bad weekend the weekend before. I try to use a teaser to kind of cleanse my palate and get a better, clearer picture of the board as a whole.
That's definitely a strategy, Higgins. I would advise people really only tease NFL games because you try and get around key numbers. 7, 3, and 10 are pretty much key numbers for me. 14, if we're getting that high, right? So if you can get 13.5 or 14.5, maybe you tease it that 1 point or buy the alternate spread if you don't want to put it in a parlay. So there's a few different ways to do this now, Higgins. But yeah, teasers are good for the NFL. Not so good for college because key numbers don't really matter. That's not me talking. That's hundreds and thousands of data points,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But it's important you understand when to use teasers because you don't just want to be giving away value all the time.
Yes, that's a very important distinction to make between doing teasers with the NFL and college football because NFL lines are so much sharper that typically teasers are more successful with them compared to college football where you just have so many games being handicapped in a weekend that there's bound to be some oversights, especially with games that aren't going to see a lot of action. And if you end up throwing that into a teaser, it might just throw away the entire parlay potential. So there is definitely some risk like there is with any parlay you take, but teasers are a way to try to help mitigate it by getting some slightly reduced value and some slightly better odds.